So before learning how to do pattern making, this is what I used to do. Well, you can still do this if you find something that fits you well. Just cut it at the seams, take it apart, lay it over a piece of construction paper, or like I use these brown paper bags from the supermarket. It was a Bill Blass Speedo lowrider style of underwear, which worked really well. I really like the fit on them. It fit really well. So what I'm using here is a medium grade t-shirt. You don't want to use a lightweight because it rips really easy. Use a medium grade. Use a number 9 needle ball point or less, so you don't tear up the fabric. So here's what you do is you take a piece of chalk and you trace around your pattern onto there, and ta-da, there you go. So the next stage is pin it up. So you match up the pieces, put some pins in it, and start sewing. That's the next part. So here's what I did. I joined these pieces together with a small zigzag stitch. And so these pieces are joined together, and then I cut off a little bit of extra to make an allowance, and then what I'm going to do is just roll this right over. I'm going to roll it over and then stitch it up. Now you can see I've rolled these edges and sewn them together. I'm going to put on the elastic. I already put these pieces together. This is a 3/4 inch, and these are 1/2 inch. These smaller ones which go on the legs. Just roll this over like I did with the other edges, except with the elastic in it. Okay, now I got the first one pinned on the back side of the garment, and all I have to do is just hold this so it's equally spread apart, and then find the other side of this, pin it together. Now that I have both front and back pinned together, this is sort of the tricky part. You pull it apart, and then right there in the middle you have to grab it somehow, and I use my teeth, so I just grab it with my mouth, and then I'm going to pin that part together. So into my mouth it goes. Now that I have the front and the back and the sides pinned together, I'm going to take it to the sewing machine. So starting on the back side of the garment, I've got it facing on, here's the back, where I sewed over the elastic. Here I'm keeping it right in the back, and then what I'm going to do is, you saw me pin it up, so now all you have to do is just stretch it out and keep your line close to the edge of the elastic. And what I'm going to do is the first pass, the go around, is just a stay stitch to keep it in place, and then after I get that done, I just roll this over and then do my finishing stitch. Yeah, watch that line. And once you got it pulled, you can go like halfway, hold it with your finger, then you got to grab this other side and then run it through. Okay, so now with this first go around, it's much easier to manipulate. So all I have to do now is flip this edge over and go for it. I'm using a straight stitch, so can't go wrong on this. Just stretch it out really good when you sew it. Okay, there it is. So just run the stitch past a little bit and cut it off, and that's it. So twice go around, and you've got there's the waistband. So now I'm just going to do the legs and it will be done. Alright, there it is. I've finished my stitch. I've done the same thing to the legs as I did to the waistband, and just rolled the edge over, gone all the way through, and this is on the inside, so when you turn down the outside you get that nice finished looking stitch, and it makes it look a lot better. So that's how you make your own pair of Speedo-type underwear.